Daybreak here on RT Lyric FM with me, Liz Nolan, keeping you company for the next 3 hours. Moving on now to the music of George Frederick Handel and this an aria from The Messiah.
One of the secrets to making great radio is to make it seem like you're not trying too hard. At Lyric FM they've been doing just that for over 10 years now. And something else they've been doing in the past decade is sharing that secret with young people all over Ireland through their education outreach programme.
The aim of the outreach programme essentially is to demystify classical music radio, to break down the barriers that exist with young people and make radio fun. Essentially the project arose through our need to develop a younger audience for the future. And the ultimate goal of the project is to develop the young person's musical style and preference choice, which is a key area and in a way of bringing people to our station to hear the core repertoire, which is ultimately Western art music.
Since it began, the programme has reached out to thousands of second-level students all over Ireland. Presenters like Lorcan Murray and Eamon Lenihan have travelled the highways, byways and occasionally waterways, bringing mobile radio units into classrooms across the land.
So the whole idea is to give you an opportunity to make a live radio programme for Lyric FM listeners.
During each session, the students are split into groups and given the task of producing a series of short music-based radio programmes incorporating many of the different elements of radio production.
The group may be anything from 3, 4, 5 or 6 people, and they're split up into 2 presenters, a producer, a sound operator, and depending on how many there are outside of that, you would have contributors. And obviously the job of the producer is to form the template for the programme, for the duration of the programme. So whether it's you're going to start with a jingle, the presenters will speak, they introduce the first piece of music, or they might outline what's coming up during the programme, contact details and that. And all of that must be written down sequentially as it would happen on a live music programme, and hopefully it will happen like that. And they come together then and put it together, producers putting this together, and all of the others would row in around that. What we have here is a mixture of any of you ever used to ensure that the audio output of the programme is continuous and that there's continuity there. We would take the person who's operating the desk out and instruct them separately. Now, there might be 3 or 4 of them, there might be 3 or 4 groups, so we will run them one by one through it and make sure that they're very comfortable operating the microphones, the CD players, the card readers, etc. And again, emphasising how important it is to have continuity on the audio output. Everybody pulls their own weight. I mean, they have to sit down. Obviously, the contributors will have to sit down and come up with a review. They might be in an interview situation, depending on what the situation is. They might take a newspaper from the staff room, go through all the headlines and arrange to read that, but they'll write it themselves and script it themselves.
The groups get about an hour to prepare, and then it's showtime as the programme teams go live with their mix of music, talk, information and contributors, interspersed with jingles and promos.
Good afternoon everybody and welcome to 2 at 4 on RT Lyric FM.
And now it starts to sink in just how much preparation, cooperation and pure hard work goes into making a radio programme.
Welcome to text us on 51554.
We're now going to have a rant to you a piece you'll surely recognise from the movie Monsters Inc.
Go team!
There's a lot more work than I ever imagined to producing a radio show. There's a lot of teamwork, and if the teamwork falls, everyone it's affected on everyone.
Lines are open till the end of the show and the winner will be announced on tomorrow's programme.
I thought it went really well. I really enjoyed learning about how to do the sound engineering and everything. It was really good.
And Munster defeated Connacht in the
It was much harder than I thought because we only did 5 minutes, so shows can be 2 hours long and we only did 4 songs and it took us an hour to organise 5 minutes, so it would take a long time. It doesn't seem as hard as it is.
Our programme was produced by
the idea that at the end of it, any one of them would be able to converse with you at quite a level in relation to making a live radio program. That's the first thing. They become efficient, and they'll look on radio completely differently now because they know what's happening behind the mic, what's at the other side of that speaker in the radio, and that becomes apparent by the questions and answers session at the end, and they realise what's going on, and some of them become very enthusiastic about it and want to maybe pursue a career in it, which is very rewarding for someone who's in that business.
And so, as the business of making radio carries on over the airwaves of Ireland, the Lyric FM Education Outreach Programme continues in parallel to bring the secrets of radio production to the next generation of listeners and broadcasters.